Guys, I'm I think Patrick's scared because I'm PMSing. So is my boyfriend. So is everyone around me. Y'all, my PMS this month is gnarly. It's pretty intense. Does anyone else have PMS? I'm starting to think it could be PMDD, which is like a more severe version. But my period is due in 3 days. And look, and I don't just want it because I'll be like in a bad mood and my boyfriend's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm luteal phase." And he's like, "Really? Like that's what it is?" I'm like, "Yes, dude. That's real. Like we're four different humans each month." And I believe it is the luteal phase, right? When you're right before your period. I'm mid luteal phase. That is fucking gnarly, dude. Yo, I mean, for me personally, I feel just overwhelmed. I feel overwhelmed, you know. I think if I wasn't in my luteal phase, I would still feel overwhelmed. Like my third book is due yesterday and like editor reaches out to me saying, "Hey, we need this Monday morning, December 1st." And it's like, "Bro, I'm with the kids. Like how the am I supposed to edit a book when I have the kids? I cannot call their dad because for obvious fucking reasons, dude. Like, we're in the middle of a fucking court case. All those visits are monitored and very specific. So it's not, I think it's just hitting me the weight of just um having to do all of this. I don't want to say on my own entirely, right? Like they were in school yesterday, so I got a solid 6 hours of writing done. But then I had hired someone to pick up the kids, someone who I trust, obviously, to pick up the kids and watch them till 6 so I could get this edit in to Simon and Schuster. And they like basically canceled for good reasons. They had some family stuff they needed to take care of, and I get that. You know, I'm not like, what the I have a book due. Hello. It just is what it is. But I think it just hit me yesterday that, dude, I can't, I can't just like call their dad right now. That's not in the cards, you know? Um, and like being solely responsible for them and me financially is, can feel overwhelming, like uncertain times. Other times, I feel like I can do it all. And I think most single moms identify with that, right? Of like, and probably that's when I'm ovulating, is when I'm like, I can do anything. You know, we live in an abundant world. I've got boundless energy and creativity, and I'm such an amazing mom and artist, and everything's working out exactly as it should. All is well, and I am safe. That's not where I'm at right now. Now I'm just like, the world is crashing down on me. I don't feel confident with this book. It's like, it's also very, it's just like a difficult book to write, dude. Because it's like a micro memoir of the last 3 years. So it's not a fluff piece. Let's put it that way. Thank you to Mint Mobile for sponsoring this episode. You know, you don't have to let big wireless and your overpriced phone bill suck the joy out of holidays this year. Because right now, all of Mint Mobile's unlimited plans are 50% off. You can get 3, 6, or 12 months of unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month. It's their best deal of the year and makes it real easy for you to give your expensive wireless bill the Scrooge treatment. Mint Mobile Wireless is awesome, and it's way cheaper and just as good as my more expensive wireless that I've had in the past. Turn your expensive wireless present into a huge wireless savings future by switching to Mint. Shop Mint Unlimited plans at mintmobile.com/idiot. That's mintmobile.com/idiot. Limited time offer, upfront payment of $45 for 3 months. $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12 months plan required. That's $15 a month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan terms only. Greater than 35 gigabyte may slow when network is busy. Capable device required. Availability, speed, and coverage varies. See mintmobile.com. And so I'm struggling with the essays, I'm like, it's just hard to relive, though I think it's going to be I don't want to say it's going to be a really important book. My goal with it is to, I hope women will relate and not feel so alone. But my goal at the end of the day is to entertain, and then inspire, maybe. But I'm not a life coach. I don't have it all figured out. And this book will show you that. But it's really just to tell my story and be honest and vulnerable and funny and entertaining. But it's fucking hard, dude. I'm struggling with the book, and I realized I blocked a lot of things out. So I'm having to go back, thank God, through my camera roll over the last 3 years to just bring back memories up that I totally wiped. Do you guys do this when you experience trauma? Your brain just wipes that. So I'm doing a lot of that. And then whatever. Sorry, I'm venting right now. I don't know if this is fun to listen to, but I'm just acting like you're my bestie and venting to you. And I'm sure other single working moms can relate. And this morning too it was a hard one. Like yesterday was a good one. It was just the kids were so excited. It was their first day back in school since Thanksgiving break, which, by the fucking way, we didn't get a whole week off when I was a kid. We got Thanksgiving off and Good Friday off, and that was it. What's up with the full fucking week off? When did y'all start doing this? I also think it's a great idea, and I had so much fun that week, and the kids loved it. So I'm kind of cool, but I'm also jealous of that kid me didn't get to experience that. And then now we get 2 months off for Christmas? What's happening? I kind of think it's cool, though, for the kids. I'm just jealous, right? We didn't get that. But they were surprisingly, because I didn't know how they'd react, right? Their first day back in school after, it wasn't just the 5, 6, 7, 8, after 9 days of no school, they're back in school. So I didn't know. So of course I had been talking about it for the few days, on Monday, we go back to school. And Sunday night, they were pumped. They were so excited. Even Alfie was just he was just saying his teacher's name over and over. And I was like, school tomorrow? And he's like, yes, yes, yes. Miss, and saying her name over and over. He was so excited to go. Poppy was excited too. And in the morning, their tune didn't change. They were popped out of bed at 7:15. I had their lunches, everything pre-packed. I even had them pick out their outfits the night before because I was like, I just don't want the chaotic stress of school mornings, which again, I don't know, dude. I get, yesterday was amazing and smooth and it was just great. And they got in the car and everyone's bag packed, and that I had my bag packed with my laptop because I was going to go straight from dropping them off to school to the cafe down the street to write for 6 hours until I was back to pick them up at school, after school. And so I had my bag packed, which is a frozen bag, by the way. My laptop bag is my 4-year-old's frozen bag because I just don't have a bag that fits my laptop and I keep forgetting to get one. And so I'm just borrowing Poppy's, and Poppy's like, is that mine? And I'm like, yeah, can I borrow? And she's like, no. And I'm like, please, I need a bag. I'm trying to finish my book and I just need a bag to put my laptop in so I can work. No, it's mine. I'm like, girl, I'm borrowing it. Sorry, not sorry. And she's like, whatever. So I go to the cafe but I drop them off and it's just smooth and everyone's excited. And then I go and I get a bunch of work done, and then I get the call, whatever, that, my nanny canceled. And that's cool. It's fine. It's I just had to basically email my publishers and say hey, I actually can't get this new version into you. And I didn't even give them excuses of I'm with the kids. It was just hey, I'll get it to you by Friday. Thanks so much. Your edits are amazing. That's it. I'm not giving explanations. Whatever, dude. And then this morning, total show morning. Just not good, not smooth. Nobody wanted to go. It was one of those. It was the show morning. Last night we were like, Alfie, Poppy, and I were hanging ornaments on the tree, and he is obsessed with that tree. And we just spent so much time by the Christmas tree. And I got these ornaments where you put string through and tie them, and then, or they have little metal hooks that you put the ornaments through. And he loves doing that, which is so good for his fine motor skills. And same with her. She also loves putting the string through and attempting to double knot tie the ornament and then putting the little metal thing through. And Alfie would just get so obsessed with putting each ornament on the tree, and then he would look at it, and when it was perfect, he'd go, yee, and then go to the next ball, but then he'd move the first one. And we spent like hours doing this, and then literally by the end of the night, he had taken all of the ornaments off and put them back in the box. And I'm like, dude, they stay up there. And he was like, ornaments in box, ornaments in box, ornaments in box. And I'm like, all right. So I just have this feeling we're going to be decorating the tree like every night. And I don't hate it. It's a fun activity. You put on fun music. It's good for us to just be, off the TV, off our phones, just, putting ornaments together, hanging them on the tree. And maybe some of them will be lucky enough to stay. But yeah, last night they were all off. So anyway, this morning he started putting the ornaments back on. And I think he was just like so involved with the tree that when I was like, dude, we got to get dressed. You still haven't eaten your breakfast. We got to go. He was just not having it. I ended up like having to, get him dressed, help him, assist him there. Had his breakfast in a plastic bag and then got another bag of cereal so he could eat that in the car, which he didn't. And, dude, just didn't want to get out of the car, wanted to just listen to Lovely Day by Bill Withers, because that is his new favorite song. Great song, by the way. Shout out to Bill Withers. Great song. But he loves that shit. And so we had that on blast, and he didn't want to get out of the car. He was vibing. Rightfully so. And but I was like, we got to go. And then that transition was not good. Started just full meltdown, just full autistic meltdown. Outside of the school where I parked, smacked me in the face. I'm trying to hold his hand so he doesn't run off into the street. And lady walks by us, smacks that lady. I am so sorry. I said, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. He's on the spectrum. She goes, I know. I work with him. It's okay. She leans down. She goes, Alfie, deep breath. Inhale deep. Exhale. And then he hits her again. She's like, all right, that didn't work. And we keep going. And everyone at the school is so understanding, honestly. Obviously. Yeah, we get there and he's just full taekwondoing every motherfucker near him, He's just not having it. And Poppy is so patient and just like, she just is so unfazed by her brother and knows to stay clear when he's mid meltdown. Like she just knows it's the danger zone. So she's like cautiously over there, but walking into the auditorium where I walk him to his class and then I walk her to her class. But yeah, dude, it was not having it. And then they even got an extra aide in his class for him specifically. And which is really cool. And she's amazing, this woman. And so because there's an extra aid now for him, they're able to take him on multiple walks a day in the schoolyard. And he's like a different boy. Like she was telling me yesterday, he killed it. He was so happy. They took him on 4 walks because he really struggles to stay in the class and sit down. And I think a lot of boys especially do struggle to do that. A lot of kids, 6-year-old kids struggle to sit at a desk all day, So now that they have the extra aid, they're able to go on these walks where he can just get his energy out. And then he was able to focus better, write his letters and numbers and all the things they're learning in school. He's able to better process that information because he's gotten that physical exertion out, I guess. But yeah, so he's just, kicking and swatting, everyone's diving, and I'm just holding them down, and it's you try and stay calm, uh but it's overwhelming in these moments, um and then I kind of passed him off to the aide, and she really seemed to have him under control and was like, Alfie, let's go, we're gonna go on a morning walk, and this is gonna help calm you. And again, they're so amazing there with these kids. And so I was able to walk Poppy to her class. She literally won yesterday. She won legendary leader of her class, which is so fitting for her. And she like got an award and stuff, and there was like a little assembly in the morning yesterday, and that was amazing. And she was so proud. She was so happy. Um, but anyways, I walked her to her class, and then yeah, dude. And then as I'm walking back, I could still hear him like crying and screaming. I could still hear him. So I go over to his class, and I asked the aide if can I take the walk with you guys, and she was like, yes, absolutely. So we each held one of his hands, and we walked around the schoolyard, and within like 5 minutes, he totally calmed. Then we sat on the bench, and he just sat there like soaking in the sun, breathing. And I got to like talk to this aide who's amazing and just gets it, because not everyone does, Not everyone knows how to handle or talk to, work with, and connect with autistic children. Just not everyone does, obviously. I mean, but I said, thank you for taking the time and being so patient with him. And she goes, like, these kids are so smart. And she's like, they can tell when you just phone it in, and they can tell when you really care and really see them and really want to understand them. They can tell, they can feel that. And I really want to connect and understand. And he feels that with her, and he does, And same with his teacher. She's amazing. And his teacher has a son, or sorry, grew up with a brother on the spectrum. So it's like, you just get it on a whole different level when you have a sibling who's on the spectrum. Like, Poppy will get it more than most, right? If you have a sibling on the spectrum, you're just gonna, like, she understands him. And oh my God, I told you what her teacher said at the parent-teacher conference that made me bawl like a baby. They go, she is so good with the special needs kids. She goes up to them. She includes them. She knows how to talk to them. She knows how to get them to talk. Like, she is so amazing with the special needs kids in our school. And I was like, I just started crying. And they got really awkward. The teachers were like, they weren't like, oh, they were just like, and then we just continued on. But I didn't care. Yeah, so where was I? So okay, so this morning, that was just intense, right? It was intense, and then it calmed. And that's why I look like a literal bag of dicks right now. I just like, I have no makeup on. I slept in this t-shirt. I just like threw on a hoodie and sweatpants. Actually, I slept in these too, I'm not gonna lie. And I ran out the door with the kids and then went straight to this cafe down the street to work on my book. And then now I'm here filming this episode. So I apologize for not getting ready for you. Normally I try to make somewhat of an effort. But hopefully you're just listening to this and not watching. Because it's a scary sight. But yeah, dude. So then I fucking go, my PMSing ass gets to the cafe, and I order a cappuccino with the like ashwagandha shit. It's like a mushroom, non-psychoactive mushroom that's supposed to help with clarity and mental focus. So I'm like, give me some of that powder in there. And chug that down, and I get to work. And then I'm like writing one of the chapters, and I have to recall like a certain memory from like early 2023. And I'm just like, dude, what was it? What was happening? April of 2023? Like, I gotta go back. Or it was actually like like June 2023. I don't know, whatever. They were asking some specific thing, the editor was. And so I went back to my camera roll to like refresh my memory because the has wiped it out. That's what we do, right? They say you wipe out the pain of childbirth too. Like mothers or your brain will wipe out the memory of the pain, so you'll be more likely to procreate again. That's just like an evolutionary tool, I guess. Uh, yeah. So I guess it is the same thing with trauma. But so I go back, dude, and then I see this is so embarrassing. I see a picture from 2 years ago of this girl who's wearing like literally a black bar, like a thin ass black little bar that's just covering her nipples and the rest of the is just out. And she's like gorgeous and she's got her, face, hair done in this tiny little black skirt that's just covering the coochie and that's it. Okay. It's full thirst trap. And I'm like, what? I don't even know who this girl is. And so I hit the picture, and this is 2 years ago. I'm not looking back, what? But I'm back here for my book, okay? Because I need this information. And then I see this gorgeous, sexy little thirst trap slay queen bitch. And I'm like, who are you? And then I click on her, on this sexy goddess. And I'm like, why do I have this picture saved? I mean, I am a little gay, but I didn't think I was this gay. And then I see my boyfriend had liked the photo. And that's why I screenshotted it, because he liked it. Thank you to Mint Mobile for sponsoring this episode. I'm not going to let big wireless and my overpriced phone bill suck the joy out of the holidays this year, because right now, all of Mint Mobile's unlimited plans are 50% off. I can get 3, 6, or 12 months of unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month. It's their best deal of the year, and it makes it real easy for me to give my expensive wireless bill the Scrooge treatment. Mint Mobile, in my opinion, is just as good as the other way more expensive options. So obviously, do you like spending more money? No, nobody does. So use Mint Mobile. Turn your expensive wireless present into a huge wireless savings future by switching to Mint. Shop Mint Unlimited plans at mintmobile.com/idiot. That's mintmobile.com/idiot. Limited time offer, upfront payments of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12 months plan required. That's $15 a month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. 35 gigabyte may slow when network is busy. Capable device required. Availability, speed, and coverage varies. See mintmobile.com. Okay, thank you to Cash App for sponsoring this episode. The holidays are all about finding the perfect gift, but this time of year, every deal is not actually what it seems. Scammers are getting way more creative to trick people into sharing their payment information methods, like fake shopping sites and giveaways that are too good to be true. Luckily, Cash App's 24/7 fraud monitoring helps detect and alert you for unusual card activity should someone gain access to your card. So you can act fast if something seems off. You can also lock or unlock your Cash App card instantly right in the app for extra control and peace of mind. Stay one step ahead of scams this season and keep your money secure with Cash App. For a limited time only, new Cash App customers can use our exclusive code to earn some additional cash for real. Just download Cash App. Use our exclusive referral code SECURE10 in your profile. Send $5 to a friend within 14 days, and you'll get $10 dropped right into your account. Terms apply. That's money. That's Cash App. Cash App is a financial service platform, not a bank. Banking services provided by Cash App's bank partners. Prepaid debit cards issued by Sutton Bank. Member FDIC. Promotions provided by Cash App, a Block Inc. brand. Visit cashapp.com/legal/podcast for full disclosures. And this was at this point a few months into our relationship, right? And I'm great. Like right now, I'm crazy PMSing, right? So every little thing is actually a big thing. Now, I just want to like say for the record, he's not liked a girl's photo. And I could see because I'm a detective, so I know. Okay, I'm crazy. In whatever in 2 years, not that I'm aware of, maybe, whatever. And who cares? I don't care. I mean, that's a whole thing. Has your boyfriend or husband liked a photo of another girl? How did you react? How do you feel about that? Do you think it matters? I mean, we're humans. We think other humans are attractive. We have a lizard brain. Like, I get it, but or do you think it's disrespectful? I kind of think it's disrespectful, and I've said that. I said that to him, and he clocked it, and he never did it again. But anyway, so we had that conversation early on, and he was like, "Oh, you're right. Like that is disrespectful," and never did it again, right? But I see that picture. And I don't think I had confronted on that specific picture. I think it was like he liked something of his ex's. And the irony, too, because he liked a post of his ex, who's like a really great artist. And I like said some about it. Oh, you like her post, but you didn't like my post? You like your ex's art better than my art? Just some dumb bullshit. Meanwhile, at the time, I'm literally like filming podcasts with my ex and doing like sketches with him. So like, what a contradiction, truly. I had no business saying anything, and I'm well aware of that. But we live and we learn, don't we? And anyway, so I see this picture. Now, sensible me would be like, oh, we've had that conversation. That happened a few months into our relationship. Also, I should mention the hottie with the body was a musician that he knew and had dropped an album. And the caption was like, I just dropped an album with Timberland. Like, it was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you could have liked that because she just dropped an album and Timbaland produced some of it. That makes sense. She just happened to be wearing string around her nipples. But I got mad because I'm a female and can be insecure and periodically suffer from anxious attachment because daddy wasn't always around. Okay. So anyway, I see that picture and it triggers me because I'm luteal phase. All right. So instead of just looking at it and going, oh, yeah, we already talked about that issue. On top of that, she was dropping an album. He could have liked the thing for that, or he could have liked her. I think it was probably a combo. If I'm honest, I think it was a combo. I think he was proud of her for dropping the albums. He was also proud of them. I think it was probably a solid combo. And that's fair, dude. That's fair. But my petty ass wanted some fucking beef because my hormones are going crazy. And my son just whoosh, whoosh, just taekwondo me in my cooter. All right. So I'm pissed, right? And I got a book due yesterday, and I'm tweaking. And now I don't know if my nanny's going to cancel again because she's got some going on. So there's a good chance that I got to go back to the school at 1:30 and I'm going to lose my day. And then I see this girl with bigger than me, and I'm just like, I could keep scrolling and focus back on my book, or I could just send him that photo. I could send him the photo and I could be like, do you wish that I dressed like this? That's what I did. I went back to the book. And then he shows up. He shows up because he knows I'm working on the book and he knows where I go to work on that book. And he shows up and he just sits down. He looks at me and he goes, I love you. And I'm sorry. Can I give you a hug? I'm sorry you're struggling. Anyway, and then he buys me a croissant and another cappuccino and he works alongside me. And here we are. Here we are. I don't know. I got to say, venting about this, I feel a little better, I think I'm just in a lot of fear and I appreciate him and his patience with me. Oh, and then I got mad at him again, though. See, and this is why I feel like he should not be near me 3 to 5 days before my period. He should stay away, actually. It's not safe. It's not safe for him to be near me. Specifically him, you know? Kids, fine. Weirdly, fine. Boyfriend, stay away. Not safe for him. And then he like, oh, I was like telling him, oh, whatever. I don't know if I want to tell this story too. I just got like upset for a second. Okay, fine. I'll just say it. So I was telling him about, or yesterday when I freaked out because I wasn't going to make the deadline for my book. I was like driving to go back to pick up the kids, and I was like, dude, I'm not dumb. Like, I'm not going to make the deadline. I can't turn it in today. I thought I had till 6 p.m. I was going to get it done and send it in at 6. And now I can't because I have to get the kids. So I lost that time. And, you know, and I just expressed frustration, and I was like, it's really weird because I'm simultaneously devastated that I can't make the deadline and so excited to pick up the kids because they're not expecting me. They were expecting someone else. And so I was so excited to go in and get them. And so it was that weird feeling of like, I'm so excited that I get to be there for my kids, yet I'm also missing a deadline. And that is scary for me because I also provide for them. And so I have to make my deadlines. So it was that mix, that fun old mix. But I'm expressing all this to him and he's like, you got this. You'll figure it out. You're going to have so much fun with the kids. Bye. And then he tells me today, oh, yeah, I took the week off work. You took the week off work? You took the week off work? Well, then why didn't you pick up the kids yesterday when I told you I was going to miss my deadline? And I was like freaking out because obviously I can't call their dad right now. I can't do that. We're not at that stage yet. And so I got upset for like 5 minutes. And then I was like, oh, yeah, we're not married. You don't live with me. You have your own bills, your own life. Yes, you're not working, but he was working on himself and his projects. And so fair enough, dude. It's not his responsibility. It was just me looking for somewhere to place my anger and my hormonal rage. And it was a minute. And then I was like, dude, whoa, hold on. And I clocked it. And I was like, I'm PMSing so bad right now that like run away because I'm looking for reasons to be mad. And then I'm mad at you that you didn't offer to pick them up when I had a book due, but it's actually not your responsibility. It's not. Like, he's just a boyfriend that I see a few times a week, actually, that, you know, the kids adore him, but like separate house, separate bills. They're not his kids. Like, hello, he's got his life. He chose to take this week off so he could work on his business. So he took his salary job off. There. So who the am I to expect him to drop that so I could work on my book? We're not there yet. It'd be one thing if we were married and living together and like splitting bills and shit. We're not. And he was again understanding, and I was like immediately clocked it, and I was like, I love you and I'm sorry, and I'm actually he's like, how are you feeling? I was like, I feel angry. I want to go to a fucking rage room, dude. And Patrick, if you're still listening to my fucking rant, we should go to a rage room. Cause there's a rage room near me where you just break shit. I feel like I want to go in character, and I don't know if Pamela Pupkin doing a rage room or if Linda Carenson, who's like the super conservative conspiracy theorist Midwest mom, should go. I'm not sure which would be funnier, or maybe just me. I don't know, but I'm leaning towards a character in the rage room could be funny. Let me know in the comments who you want to break shit, because I want to fucking break shit. So anyway, I'm crazy right now. That's okay. This book will get done. I need to stay in the action. As my first sponsor told me, Laura, you're an artist, make art. Stay in the action and out of the results. Trust. And then, dude, on top of that shit, on top of the fucking meltdowns and, you know, missed deadlines and single motherhood stressors, I'm getting all these fucking messages about whatever, my ex like being crazy again online. and like posting all these weird videos of me and like making these weird edits of me, which he's not supposed to be doing. And it's heartbreaking, dude. I'm heartbroken and confused because, I just thought that he was on his way. And to my understanding, he was, and passing all of the drug tests and doing all the things and taking it all very seriously. And this is what's been relayed to me. And then to then see that stuff is so confusing and heartbreaking. And yet you're going to go, are you really surprised? Yeah, I am. Like, I believe I've seen him get better in the past, We've been through this before. And he was able to get better for a long period. They say it's a fatally progressive disease. I don't know what's going on. I have no idea. I'm like removed enough, but then I start getting all these messages of people really concerned saying like, you need to stay safe. And like, there's a lot of people calling and doing wellness checks apparently. And so I think that too, like I was spiraling last night around that because I feel scared and like confused. And I don't know what's real and what's show and what's real. I don't know. And I see these like edits of me and I'm confused. At the end of the day, my pain or frustration or anger and anxiety, all of it, it's just actually, and I know I'll allow myself to feel it. I'll cry. I'll cry when Alfie's melting down and in so much pain and he can't tell me why. I'll allow myself to feel that. And, all of it. I'll allow myself to feel the feelings. And, but then at the end of the day, it really just comes down to I'm resisting the reality of what is. I'm just resisting reality. I'm angry that I can't call my ex and say, can you help me out here? I've got a book due. I need to get this book in. I've got to, make something great so I could sustain our lives. I'm angry that I can't do that. I'm angry that I'm getting messages that he's posting really f***ed up again, f***ed up hurtful saying f***ed up hurtful saying hard. What the f*** are you doing? What the f*** are you doing? Like, I don't get it. I don't understand why he's doing this. It makes me angry. It makes me angry for the kids. It makes me angry for him. It makes me sad. It makes me so confused. And then I'm resisting just all of it. I'm just resisting it, the reality of my life. And so when I just get into acceptance, radical acceptance of, okay, well, this is it, then it's okay. And then, what happened yesterday? I picked up the kids. They were so excited to see me. And they were so excited to see me. And we went to this place called Sun Cafe in Studio City, which is dying because it's vegan and nobody's vegan. And every vegan restaurant dies a sad, sad death. And so I could just see this place is about to go. We were the only motherfuckers in there, but I was happy about that because you never know. And the kids were wiling out a bit. They had just come out of school. They were a little wiry, but we ate. We stuffed our faces with rice and beans and fries and cheesecake and mushroom vegan pizza. And just, it was awesome. Like, we just had a feast, and they had frozen coloring books and Spider-Man coloring books. And we had a great time. And then we came back to my house, and we played and we watched. Alfie really wanted to watch this Buzz Lightyear movie. We watched that. and snuggled on the couch. He just really wanted to snuggle. Everyone was snuggling in. And then we decorated the tree for an hour or two, and that was so much fun too. And then baths and showers, and we snuggled all in my bed, and we slept all night from like 8:39 to 7:15, and got him to school. I mean, it was a hard morning, but whatever. It was great. And at the end of the day, that is more important than my fucking book, you know? That is more important. And if it ever becomes too hard for me to juggle this lifestyle that I've built for myself and being a single mom, I'll whatever, sell my house and downsize and just, you know what I mean? Whatever. At the end of the day, my priorities are my fucking sobriety and mental health. So, hello. I need to call my sponsor after this, get to a meeting, do some step work, deal with my resentments and my fears, because they say that resentments are the number one offender. They're the first things that will take you out. And I'm not about to lose my 14 years of sobriety over some bullshit, over some goddamn thirst trap picture that I found in my camera roll. So it's that, and then it's my kids. And then comes whatever, my career. That's cool. That's important, but priorities. And my kids are healthy, happy, and safe, and I'm actually healthy and safe. I'm healthy and safe. And they're healthy and resilient too. Alfie's so resilient. He got through his meltdown. He was chilling, letting the sun hit him. Thank God he's got an amazing aides there and support there. And that woman that he whacked on the way, she knelt down. She said, I know. And she breathes with him. You know, it was like amazing. Man, all the neighbors in my neighborhood know him because he runs into their yards, and I got to run and get him when we're taking our walks, and they all know him and love him. He ding-dong ditches like 3 houses. He gets there so fast. I said, you can't do that, dude. So we've gone and we've rung the doorbell and apologized to each of them for ding-dong ditching, and they were like, he can ding-dong ditch us whenever he wants. He's so cute. You know, like all the neighbors know. He got so excited. This one house has all these like weird bunny figurines and like they're ceramic, and he got so excited he picked one up and he dropped it and it cracked everywhere. So we bought this neighbor a new one, and I had Alfie go and deliver it to the neighbor, and we ended up talking to the neighbor for like an hour, and he just like loves Alfie, and they all understand. They're just so amazing. I just feel grateful. So yeah, that's where we're at. This too shall pass. I have a lot to be grateful for in my life. I'm struggling right now, and I'm sure some of it is circumstantial and some of it is just, it's hormonal, right? I'm just, right. My period's about to come. So I'm feeling that, and that's all it is. So again, I'm sorry if this felt negative or venty and ranty, and maybe you can relate to something here, or hopefully not. Hopefully not. Hopefully you're just in the perfect relationship and you have the perfect kids and the perfect baby daddy. Actually, I hope that for you. I hope that for you. But I'm starting to think ain't nobody got a perfect life. You just don't. It's just suffering is part of it. There's just not one person I know that doesn't have something massively f***ed up. If you're watching, I know you do. You got one f***ed up element in your manageable life. You have a beautiful life, I bet, but you got something that's so f***ed up in there. And I highly suggest you drop it in the comments so I could just feel a little bit better. All right. Thank you for listening. I actually feel better. I hope you got something out of this. And subscribe to my YouTube if you haven't already. That helps me tremendously. Also, if you want to support us so we can keep going, go to patreon.com/Laura Clary. That's patreon.com/Laura Clary. And you'll get all these episodes first. Plus you get behind the scenes stuff. Plus I occasionally will go live and get to update you on my life, and we chit chat and I get to know you, which is really cool. I see a lot of familiar names in there and faces too, because we'll do Zooms. So please subscribe to my Patreon if you want to support. Patreon.com/Laura Clary. Alrighty, y'all. I love you and have an amazing, blessed day.